We completely support your slogan, as long as it's wet, it's blue. Here in the center of the picture, you see the Netherlands, and we are a delta. So water is, well, part of our DNA. We have to we've been dealing with it for many centuries. Water Alliance is part of Water Campus here in the Netherlands. Here you see what we call the innovation ecosystem. It is solely focused on water technology with, at the right, WETSIS. WETSIS is responsible for, well, scientific research. So it's a research institute solely dedicated to finding new breakthrough technologies for the future. If IP is found, ideally, then that technology can be further scaled up, firstly in the lab and afterwards in a water application center, upscaling to a demo site, all in all to find that first launching customer. Water Alliance comes in at the top left for the business side of things. And as you mentioned, it's about cooperation, matchmaking, connecting water technology companies to each other internationally to solve the issues we have. And one of the examples of those kind of solutions and products that go out in the market is Hydroloop, which actually did quite well this year at the CES, where they were nominated as best of the best for their innovation with an in-house water recycling system. They have done quite a large chunk of the ecosystem, but also, for example, where we helped them with setting up or scaling up their production site. And I guess it's important to say that Water Campus had the acceleration that we do is not only on the technology field, but of course we also have a network where we can introduce institutional or informal investors or create access to corporate end users, for example. Well, we work together with the best European universities from the WETSIS side. At Water Alliance, we of course have a strong network in the EU, but also in the USA with the Maritime Alliance and in Asia. We don't only do that for our members, but also serve as an EU gateway for other international players wanting to have access to the European market. Briefly wanted to touch base on the WETSIS, that the themes and the topics that are being researched in the 4-year PhD programs, they're all market driven as they're being put in by companies. And why I wanted to go into it a little bit deeper is because water is such an enabling thing. There's not one academic field who deals with water, and that's one of the strengths of WETSIS, that it combines physics with a chemistrist to bring that breakthrough technology further in the research phase. I think one of the parties today, Aquacycl, who will be presenting later, is one of the examples where you see several academic fields working together to bring a technology forward. A little bit about Water Alliance. We have about 110 Dutch members, but play a broader role in the Dutch water technology sector. Water is broad. We have companies from industrial wastewater treatment, like a company PAC doing industrial anaerobic wastewater treatment with their own facility in the US. But of course, we also have a Semiotic Labs presenting today about preventive maintenance. And that is also part of water in the chain. The cost and the value of water, the risk that we have access to water, they're all key in dealing with water and in the ecosystem. In providing that networking and that finding the right partners internationally, EU, US, and vice versa, it is of course very important that we cooperate, and therefore we're also very happy to be a partner of the Maritime Alliance, also at the BlueTech Week the last years, and we're looking forward to the November edition. Back to you, looking forward to the companies. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Harm. That was a great overview, and having been to visit you, I know that it's very impressive for anybody that can make it to Leeuwarden If they will take you on a tour, it's really worth it. Very interesting. Now I have to break you of the habit of calling us the Maritime Alliance. We're TMA BlueTech, but it's great that you remember you remember the old name. It took me a long time to break myself from that.
Right. That's because we know each other so long, Michael.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So now comes the really interesting part. You've heard from me, you've heard from Haro about the work they're doing, and I think most importantly, while he mentioned one of their companies that's doing very well, there's at least one other company where one of our members, we've talked with Water Alliance, and they have found a partner on the other side. And based on the trajectory of discussions, we are very hopeful that that will be a very important opportunity and success story. So again, I want to thank Water Alliance, and I see that Hein is on the phone as well, the director of the Water Alliance. So we're really pleased to be working with both of you. So we are now going to move to the three companies. Each one has been asked to keep their comments to 10 minutes. First is Semiotic Labs, which is a member of the Water Alliance and so Dutch. One is Marine Tech in southern France. They're a member of one of our French clusters, Ocean Tech clusters, although they are one of those great examples of a company that is doing both ocean and water technology, a very innovative company that I've also known for several years. And then closer to home, we always start furthest away and then work our way back to the United States. One of our member companies, Aquacycl, and Oriana Bretschker will present, and we're honored to have Oriana also sit on the board of TMA BlueTech. So without any further ado, I would like to introduce Simon from Semiotic Labs, and we will get started.